folks, I just got back from Southeast Game Exchange this past weekend. An amazing show. Had a great time. We'll do a recap video at some point in the not too distant future. But now I'm looking at 6 weeks until Retro World Expo in Hartford, Connecticut. The big one of the biggest retro game shows of the year. And you will definitely see me rolling up and down the aisles, shop until I drop. But speaking of shopping till I drop, because I've got 6 weeks to wait, where else do I go to get my fix? Well, for some strange reason today, I thought I'd give a whirl at Facebook Marketplace. Yikes. I can't help myself. I'm constantly looking to expand my collection, whether it's networking with friends, going on Whatnot, going anywhere. In this case today, I was a little bored, so I opened up Facebook Marketplace. Let's take a look at some of the silliness that was presented to me by the lovely algorithm. I'm going to start here with a Pac-Man antique. That's right. It's an antique. Apparently, things made 5 years ago are now officially antiques. As you can see, it's an arcade one-up Pac-Man. In fairness, one of the first versions of the Pac-Man game. And let's see, what do we have in the description? Antique game. Didn't want to get rid of it, but my kids have too much already. Wow, that's like wow. Apparently, were they bad? Do they just have too many completely trashed out arcade one-ups hanging around the house? So we got to thin the herd. Very interesting. So we have basically an absolutely annihilated arcade one-up Pac-Man antique. It's not turned on, so who knows what the operating condition is. But I guess you buy it as you see it, folks. And the listing price, $150. Now, I wouldn't be me if I wasn't price policing just a little bit here and there. But I looked around. I was like wondering, well, what would you pay for one of these OG Pac-Man arcade one-ups these days? And sure enough, it took me about 5 seconds on eBay to find a comp, as they say. And here's a sold example of one that sold for a whopping $44, brand new. Now, granted, in fairness, the shipping was like $125. So this was actually you'd be paying about $170 for a completely brand new one in the box, shipped to your door. So I don't know. I think I'm going to have to say this one's a hard pass for me, the Pac-Man antique. Let's move on. What do we have next here? Here we go. I do like my tender tapes, and I do, while I focus on NES, I'll pick up a Super Nintendo tape now and again if it's a nice one. So here we have old Nintendo Super Mario World. Originally listed, by the way, we have what's clearly a dirty, loose cartridge on a dirty bare mattress. Originally listed $750, marked down after just a week online to $675. A description, of course, this is where it gets interesting. It is in very good condition, and this is a rare price to find it. Well, I mean, that is true. It is rare that someone has the cojones to list a dirty, loose Super Mario World cart for $675. So I will say there's no deceptive practices there. It sells for up to $20K. But I sold it for a reasonable price. So let's see. Yeah, you've got the front of the cart. Here's the back of the cart. My goodness gracious. I hope you get tested. I hope the buyer gets tested for things. That's all I got to say. $675, and that Super Mario World is all yours, baby. Let's move on, shall we? Here we have, I do like an Atari. Everyone knows I'm a Nintendo guy, I'm an Atari guy. So here we have an Atari, $895, and in stock out of lovely Redmond, Washington. As with all things, it's not the price that originally gets me on these. It's the description. The first two words of the description, like new, haven't been used. You know, I mean, you don't have to really zoom with a microscope on the front of this Atari console to see if this is like new and haven't been used. The Atari factory must have also been a bird feeder factory. Goodness gracious. But they just had the boldness. I have to give credit for the seller for just being able to say that. Comes with a few games. It is the original one. Please call me if you're interested. There you go. There's another shot. Immaculate. It's an immaculate Atari, $895. I think they probably, it comes with a few games. They are probably thinking the 27 variations of combat are considered separate games. I guess fine, whatever. So there you go. I'll consider that one. Let's move on. Hey, there's some more Atari coming up. You want to see something cool? Here's an Atari 5200, the sequel to Atari 2600. It's a super system. Just 10 weeks ago, listed for $3,000, but marked all the way down to $1,800. That is like an over 50% savings. Actually, that'd be a 60% savings if my math is correct on that. Goodness gracious. Oh, and here's the thing. Here we go. First sentence of the description. This thing is immaculate. 1983 Super System in the original box. Has every joystick and controller it originally came out with, and then some. Quite a few extras so you can play Pong with your buddies. There's a bunch of games in their original boxes, and they even have the original booklets in each one. I've even got the effing the effing owner's manual and warranty card, dude. You won't find one in this pristine shape with this many extras from this year. Look into the 83 model. You see why Facebook thinks my price is high compared to similar blah, blah, blah. But there isn't anything similar. Ones this clean definitely go for a pretty penny. Only reason mine's this cheap is rent's coming up quick and bail plus impound. Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting trolled here, aren't I? Let's look at the pictures on this. There it is. There's your immaculate Atari 5200 for another shot. There it is inside the box. There's the controllers on the ground. There's some paperwork. And there's our complete in box games. I've got a funny feeling we've got an amateur comedian at work here. And assuming that's the case, golf clap. Thank you for making my Facebook Marketplace experience a little bit more sports entertaining. Fascinating, though. Good to see no one took you up on. I could just imagine you'd clearly have the last laugh if someone actually bought this thing. So there you go. Well, finally, I did have one more item I saw. It was the my magnum opus for this video, the coup de grace, the main event. Of course, like I said, I'm a Nintendo fan, and what accessories are more desirable than the infamous Power Glove? That's right, the Power Glove for the NES. And here we have 1989 Nintendo Power Glove in the box for just $5,750, folks. $5,750. A collector's dream, says the details. This Nintendo Power Glove is a game controller accessory for the NES. Blah, 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 blah. This controller was discontinued in 1990. Only 1 year later, not many left, and only a few with the box and paperwork to go with it. Hurry up, it won't last long. And you'll also notice here on listing, listed 29 weeks ago. in somewhere in Florida. So wow, I best cut this video short so I can get on that. By the way, just in case you're wondering, if anyone is wondering what a Power Glove really goes for, here's an interesting comp from Heritage Auctions. Recently, a boxed copy that was, I guess, sealed, not opened, sold for $720 with buyer's premium. So that means the hammer price was probably somewhere around $600. So there you go. This seller perhaps may have typoed an extra 5 in front of the item. I'm going to give him or her the benefit of the doubt. It was just an honest mistake, a typo. That's where it is. Well, folks, as you might imagine, This one was 0 for 5 today. I didn't purchase anything from Facebook, but I'll keep looking for the deals. Let me know in the comments if you've had any good deals recently, or if you've seen similar shenanigans on the buy-sell trade boards, whether it's Facebook or Craigslist or OnlyFans or LiveJournal or wherever you go to shop for video games. Hope you enjoy the content. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoy the silliness that goes on here. I thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time on It's All Duggan Games.